Empathy is important if you want to manage a successful team. It gives you the ability to put yourself in your team members' shoes and to understand how they are feeling. The key components of empathy or social awareness are understanding others, responding to their mood, and cultural and social sensitivity. Empathy all stems from being able to sense emotional states, so a great starting point is developing self-awareness. Then you can apply those same skills to developing an awareness of the people around you. Just as with self-awareness, mindfulness is a great asset in developing social awareness. You can far more easily spot subtle, non-verbal cues when your mind is out there in the world rather than stuck inside your own head. So true social awareness requires you to be present in the moment. And guess what? If you think that you can multitask and still achieve this, you are sadly deluding yourself. So, put your own thoughts aside and concentrate on the person in front of you. Now, I could do a whole course on body language, and maybe sometime I will. But here's one thing that there is no getting away from. Except a very few people, and most of them are on the extreme end of the autistic spectrum, we can all recognize the cues that give away emotions. After all, it's how human beings function socially. It is hardwired into us, and in particular into our mirror neurons. So, if that's true, why are some of us good at it and others not so good at it? Well, that answer is simple. The people who are good at it consistently pay more attention and they practice more. If you want to hone your social awareness and your empathy skills, then practice more. Seek first to understand and only then to be understood. Pay attention to postures, gestures, movements, facial expression, tone of voice, and even eye movements. See what's there, listen to what you can hear, and notice things. Second, try seeing the world through other people's eyes. Walk in their shoes. If you can cast yourself in their place, think about what it is like to be them, then you will be amazed at the insights you can gain. And third, make these two things a habit. Practice doing it as often as you can. The more you practice, the better you will get at it. Yes, you could learn all about body language, but for most practical managerial purposes, you really don't need to. And that's because the mirror neurons in your brain will absorb the information that you're noticing and send signals around your body telling you what it feels like to adopt that posture, that expression, that gesture. And that's how we read body language. Those mirror neuron signals give you a sense of what it feels like to stand that way, to sit that way, and to move that way, and therefore what that other person is feeling like. If you allow yourself to immerse yourself in them, and possibly even to physically match some of their movements and some of their gestures, you will really get the deep insights that you want. As long, of course, as you clear your mind of distractions and allow yourself to focus on that one thing. So, Whilst I extolled the virtues of using self-talk in another video on self-motivation, if you want to become really good at social awareness and empathy, you also need to learn the skill of quieting the self-talk, turning off that voice in your head so that you're not distracted by it and can concentrate on what you're seeing and hearing and experiencing rather than mentally commenting on it all the time. That is a difficult task. So from time to time, you need to bring your awareness back, notice if the self-talk is back, and to turn down the volume until you get that little click and your self-talk is gone again. And when you sense how the other person is feeling, then address those feelings. Be respectful of them. Show them that you understand how they feel and that you empathize. As a bonus extra, let's look at the 4 different types of empathy and social awareness. First is what we've spoken a lot about. It's called primal empathy, and it's your ability to read other people's moods and emotions from their gestures and their expressions and the tone of voice. Second is empathic accuracy. This is about translating your intuitive assessment of an emotional state into an explicit understanding. But crucially, it also involves validating your experience and your interpretations through further observation. Third is attunement, and this is about understanding the other person's perspective on things, the way they're thinking about things, again, through observation of all of those subtle cues. Again, this requires focused attention and deep listening to the things they're saying, to the things they're not saying. Your ability to listen between the lines. And finally, there is social cognition. This is your ability to understand how social structures and social norms are operating within your cultures and within your organizations and your societies. It's about your ability to read and interpret social signals correctly and therefore to operate effectively in that particular culture, that particular organization, or that particular aspect of society. Social awareness, empathy are all about your ability to understand the people around you. Of course, the next step will be to put that understanding to work. Please do give this video a like if you've enjoyed it and learned from it. I will be creating loads more great management courses content for you, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of it. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and in the meantime, keep learning.